just when you thought EA couldn't get more scummy, they do. And what I'm about to show you is just absolutely mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling, mind-blowing, and it just shows you how bad now that EA have gotten. We all know that EA are the first ones to do, obviously, the in-game purchases, such as mystery boxes, and, get cards, get coins, do this, do that. And obviously now, sadly, this is the way a lot of video games are going. Well, for UFC 4, the video game, it's gotten a lot worse. And it was actually not turned on when the game was sent out for review, and for the first couple of weeks it was out, because they didn't want people to write about it in reviews. What am I talking about? They're actually showing in-game advertising during fights. And these are real-world actual ads now. It's not just ones put in the game like, oh yeah, we'll do this one. Someone gets knocked out or during a round, we'll do this. It's actual real-world advertising. And it's absolutely disgusting because you don't want this in your game. So we're going to spin this around. This is coming from Bleeding Cool, Electronic Arts' response to backlash over UFC 4 in-game ads. Usually when you purchase a video game, unless you're headed to the in-game shop, you don't expect to see ads all the time. Not so much for UFC 4. Electronic Arts took full advantage of the format of how the fighting system in the Octagon is meant to represent real UFC broadcasts by turning on real-world ads in the game. You can see an example of it here on Reddit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show the video now, which is here on Reddit, and this is what we got.
All right, so there's the end of the round. He stayed committed to doing damage upstairs and landed a seminal blow in that round.
It was accumulation.
We've already had one, another one, and the funny thing as well, that's actually, if you pause it by there, it's actually in the center of the ring. They've gone on and they've put it on there for Amazon Original, Prime Video. They've put it there for that. This is absolutely disgusting. You shouldn't be doing this because you're paying $60 for a game. And then whatever you need to pay for, if you want Bruce Lee, I think it's like an extra, like $1.50. And other things, like if you want certain arenas, it's going to cost you. For customization, it's going to cost you. All of this used to be free on the old UFC games. But obviously, this is EA Sports we're talking about here now. And Electronic Arts are one of the worst people going. Obviously, we talked about this with Square Enix, that what they're doing with the Avengers, that they're having single character season passes, where you got to pay $10 just to rank them up. It's going full on just insane now with all of this, buy this, buy this. Games are not being released, completed. This is the only reason to look at it, that they've done this just to pay money and just to earn a bit more extra profit. But with this, with EA Sports doing this in UFC 4, it's like, oh my god. But we're going to carry on with the story. As in the middle of the match, this player was treated to an ad for the boys. The backlash has been feverish, with fans complaining they didn't pay money just to be bombarded with ads. The company, surprisingly, responded to the backlash in that same Reddit feed with a statement below, which we are going to read in a moment, letting fans know they've switched it back off. While it may be turned off now, don't be surprised if EA finds a new way to put ads into the game, such as putting them on the mat or more prominently in the audience. Like we saw, you had Amazon Prime, Amazon Originals, The Boys, in the centre of the Octagon. Yes, it may happen in real life, but don't do it on here. Just put the old monster logo there and that's it, because that's what it is in real life. So this is their response. Earlier this week, the team turned on ad placements in EA Sports UFC 4 that appeared during the replay moments in gameplay. This type of advertising inventory is not new to the UFC franchise, though we have typically reserved displaying ads to specific main menu tiles or Octagon logo placement. It is abundantly clear from your feedback that integrating ads into the replay and overlay experience is not welcome. It's not. The advertisements have been disabled by the team, and we apologise for any disruption to gameplay that players may have experienced. We realise that this should have been communicated with players ahead of time, and that's on us. We want to make sure our players have the best possible experience playing EA Sports UFC 4, so ad integration in the replay and overlay experience will not be reappearing in the future. Thank you for your continued feedback on EA Sports UFC 4. That is just, it's just absolutely disgusting, that is, because they should not be doing that. It's like paying for, on YouTube, when you play YouTube Premium, it doesn't have ads on, this kind of thing, but normal YouTube does. That's how YouTube survives. And now seeing that, even though you're paying a premium price of $60, you're still getting advertising in the game. Even though you're like, we don't want that, but they're shoving it down your throat. But their response to you just saying, oh, it's like what it really is. Yeah, people don't want the game for that. They want to play the game so they can beat other people up. That's exactly what it is. It's a video game. They don't want real life in it. That's why you got, small-time UFC fighters beating the likes of John Jones and Daniel Cormier. Because that's what they want to do. They want to get the little underdog to beat the best. That's what they do because it's a video game. Bloody hell, EA, man. You really need to sort this out. If this comes back in the future, they're going to lose even more people, even from the future of UFC games, if they still have the license, that is, because this is just terrible. And seeing that, well, again, it's not Dana White anymore who's in charge of any of this. It's now that, the agency in Beverly Hills who now own UFC. So they're like, yeah, put that in here so we can get more money. That's probably what's happened. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and we'll see each and every one of you soon.